Hello and welcome to this Taste Challenge. This evening time taste challenge, we have two of almost the same thing. I'm sure you can see the difference. Old Overholt versus Old Overholt. The labels are slightly different. This is the 2020 edition, and this one is the 2022 edition because it got changed. This was a 3-year aged, non chill filtered Kentucky straight rye whiskey. And this is also an 86 proof non-chill filtered Kentucky straight rye whiskey, but it's aged 4 years. I paid $15.99 for this. I had to get the black cap for $17.99 because it had sold out by the time I was looking for it. Was there? My friend David found the last bottle at Elio's Wine Warehouse, so I had that one. And then I paid $19.99 for this doggone one. And then last week I bought the bottled and bond 100 proof. Yeah, boy, but not for me. I bought it for a gift. I don't like 100 proof whiskey. It's too strong. All right, but these are Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Kentucky straight rye whiskeys. Sorry, Kentucky straight rye whiskeys, which means what? They're at least 51% rye. They're aged at least 2 years in new charred oak barrels, can't be used barrels. And they got no flavoring added and no coloring added. I was looking at early times today. I was at a store and early times had come into the store. I looked at it carefully, had no age statement, which means it's at least 4 years old. No big deal. It's probably 4 years and a day. But if you look carefully at the label, it says whiskey with natural flavors. But then to be fair, early times never claimed to be a straight whiskey. Go look at the old labels from 20 years ago. I know where to find some at the stove. It doesn't say Tennessee straight whiskey or anything like that. It just say whiskey. But everybody knows early times is cheap. Still popular though. I might go buy another bottle for a revisit, but I got too much whiskey. I can't do it. All right. You say was blended. Well, these are blended. I mean, most of your bourbons are blended. They're straight bourbon, but they're blended with different bourbons from around Kentucky. Now, remember what I said. All the whiskey has to be from Kentucky. But it doesn't have to be from the same distillery. It doesn't have to be from the same year. It doesn't have to be the same age. It just has to be from Kentucky. So they blend them together to get the right flavor. And then they sell it. Okay. That should be enough. All right. Now we've got the 3-year aged non-chill filtered. Now, what does that mean, non-chill filtered? That means they filter it, maybe dripping it through charcoal, but they don't chill filter it where they drop it down to a low temperature. George Dickel developed that process, or if you live in Canada, that process back in the 1800s. Somebody thought I was making fun of Canada by saying that. I wasn't making a. Somebody said, you're making snide comments. I'm not making snide comments. That's the way the word is pronounced, process. That's not a put down, it's an observation. You see, if I observe something, that doesn't mean I should have used my funnel. Damn. I poured a little too much. Now I'm wasting it. I didn't buy the whiskey to waste it. All right. Enough's enough. I'm not wasting this stuff. So like in Canada they say process, in the United States they say process. Which one's better? I don't know which is. I'm not a linguist. I'm not an expert in linguistic quality. Why would I know? In secondly, why would it even matter? Everybody knows what it means. We followed a certain process. Oh, well, we followed a certain process. I mean, it sounds strange in America to hear, in the USA to hear process, but we get it. We know what it means. So, yeah. So it's probably a good idea to not to be too sensitive, or touchy. Guess who's back again? Old Overhold. Yep, and it's going to keep being back because I got to go up against all the other rye whiskeys. So yeah, I like Canada. I've been to Canada many times. I like Canadians, although I think they smoke a lot and they curse a lot. They use a lot of swear words, but they're cool. They're sensitive. They're kind of touchy. But I like Canadians, and I always tell Canadians, I say, do you ever, and I like to learn about other countries, and I like to visit other countries, and I've always enjoyed my visits to Canada, and they have very, very good coffee and very nice convenience stores. And I just asked them, I said, do you ever go to the American border? Do you ever go to the Canadian US border and just look across the border and wish? That's all I said. It's fair. Do you ever go to the border and look across and wish? It's a perfectly legitimate question. All right. Ta-da. But I can't help that. That's a gift. Um, you either got it or you don't got it. So, as a comic in all seriousness, as a comic in all seriousness, let's get to the challenge. Let's do the taste challenge now. Oh man, I am not pouring. Oh, I have to do IPA tomorrow morning. Probably need more whiskey to just get me through it because those not Sierra Nevada, sorry. I apologize, Sierra Nevada. Those New Belgium IPAs that's been hitting the markets got me so down. They got me so down. That's a classic Jim Beam bottle. You look at this bottle, it's the same as Old Crow because it's the identical bottle. Old Crow uses the same brown bottle. Oh, people are always picking on Old Crow, saying how bad it is. Old Crow's not bad. It's a nice product. Is it amazing? I don't think it's amazing. I would like to find the Old Crow Reserve in the black label, but I probably never will. I did do that great, awesome, extremely incredible review of Old Crow 8-year age, bottled and bond, 1977, aged from 1969 to 1977. Thank you, Bobby Futch, for that bottle. What a gift. That was an incredible gift. The most incredible gift in the world. And he gave me also, as a bonus gift, He gave me Wild Turkey 101, 8-year age, 1975 to 1983. And that was amazing. And it tasted great. Is it better than the current Wild Turkey 101? I really can't say because I've actually never had the current Wild Turkey 101. I've had the 81, which I quite liked. I really liked it. Burley Sullivan says, okay, enough hijinks and low jinks. And it's on with the show. Yeah, so amazingly, it smells like rye bread. Now, these are going to be tough because 4-year age, 3-year age, everything else is the same. Everything about these is the same. Well, I think. Did they change the mash bill? Of course, that's entirely possible. I would not know. I know people that will make claims all day long, 26 hours a day. They'll talk about, oh, this is the number 2. This is the Sazerac number 2 mash bill. Yes. And I'd say, well, how do you know that? And then they get defensive and they say, well, it's a known fact. I say, really? Can you give me some primary source material on that? Well, I read this guy's blog. I said, oh, you read a guy's blog. You read a guy's blog. I had a horse once in Coney Island. It got hit by a car, but yeah, what are you going to do? So, I really would prefer if people would put information on the internet that they could substantiate, that they could source and back up, like with facts. Do you notice how much of a spice difference in regular rye versus very high rye percentage ryes? That's a good question. No, not really, because I'll give you an example. I'll give you a good example. I have 100% rye whiskey. 100%. It's called Alberta Premium. It's 80 proof, low proof, but minimum proof. But it's 100% rye. But I was not pleased with it. I thought it was rather bland. Didn't have a lot of flavor. Now, you got to remember there's other variables. What if they were using certain rye varieties that were low aroma, low flavor? I don't think rye is like a singular type grain. There's probably different variants of it. So it could have been a huge factor. Now, did I dislike that Canadian Alberta Premium Rye? Oh, no, I didn't dislike it. I'm pleased I bought it. I got it for, oh, what a deal. They had it for $14.99. They brought in one bottle. Nobody ever bought it. Sat on the shelf for a month and a half, and they finally dropped it to $14.99. And I said, if I don't buy this bottle today, I guarantee it'll be gone tomorrow. And that would have happened. So I bought it on a snap. Now, but I give honest reviews. I don't give political reviews. I don't give reviews that are designed to make people happy, although I would prefer if people would be happy. I give reviews that are honest. And that rubs people the wrong way because some people got their pet whiskey, they have their pet beer, they have their pet wine, and you had better say something good about it. And not just something good, you have to adore it. You have to love it. Well, I'm not here. I can't taste for you. I can taste for me. All right. I know what it tastes like for me. I cannot taste for you. And the channel is going to stay pure. I'm not going to sit here and start making up videos that are not truthful so I can please people. I'm not doing it. I'm not. Now, that being said, I'd like to go to my daughter's wedding, but I'm going to taste these, or at least smell them first and then taste them. Yeah, same old thing. Same old thing. Yeah, same old thing. I think this could be impossible because 3-year aged, 4-year aged. Mm, that's a toughie. That is tough. All right, taste. Now you know what excuse me. You know what rye is coming up tomorrow or the next day. You know it's going to be Jim Beam rye because it's going to be coming from the same company. I'm going to do all the same company first, of course, because I'm sure Jim Beam rye is probably very similar in its mash bill. Man, I had to fight and struggle to get that Jim Beam rye. That thing was driving me crazy. I couldn't find it. They kept saying it's not in stock. It's not in stock. But I was on the way back home from Texas. And I know that Total Wine and More is right off the interstate in Baton Rouge, like right off the interstate. You get off, go north, take a left, there it is. So I was there and I went on the they said they had it before I left on the trip. So when I got back, I said, I'm going. They had it 1749. I said, got it. Jim Beam Rye, 1749. I'm talking about $17.49. And I have been loving that product. So aroma here, now there's no difference. A little candle wax. Candle wax. Strange, isn't it? Taste, cheers. I think everybody who tries rye whiskey should buy Old Overhold. It's the original. It's been on the market longer than any other, and it's a classic. I'm not saying it's the best. I understand it's an old product. If you want to call it a throwback or whatever, a relic, whatever you want to call it, it's on the shelves. I see it in liquor stores. I see it in Chinese restaurants. I see it in other bars and grills. It's there. Don't discount it. It's not in so many restaurants and bars because people hate it. I do not believe that. That is not true. Is it mostly a mixer? I'm pretty sure you're probably making Sazeracs with it and old fashions and all. Because they do use, some people do use rye whiskey for old fashions. And I don't drink cocktails, so I don't know. There's a radio show comes on in Louisiana, New Orleans every week called Tales of the Cocktail. And that's all they talk about, cocktails. And they will go on for hours about cocktails. They know so much that we don't know. And they're experts and they love it. And that's nothing wrong with that. But I'm a straight whiskey guy. All right. This one seems to have or appears to have a little more body, and well, they can't have more proof because they're both 86 proof. A little more substance to it. Could that be from the 4-year age versus 3 years? I mean, it could be, but man, I'm telling you, 1 year, I really don't know. I mean, maybe it makes a difference. They're both non-chill filtered. They're probably the same mash bill. I say probably the same mash bill. I don't know. I didn't go read a blog that doesn't back up its assertions. Uh, I mean, they both winners. Are they the greatest thing? I don't know what the greatest thing is. I've never had the greatest rye whiskey. What is the greatest rye whiskey? I don't know. Do you know? I've had many. I own many. Um, I've got Canadian Ryes, two of those, two or three, oh, three of those. Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye, Alberta Premium 100% Rye, and I have the Canadian Hunter Rye. Hunter Rye. Well, I got a deal on that. Oh yeah, I got a deal on that in Arlington, Texas, 2 years ago. Base Camp. Chris does another channel. He did the Pearl River Monster. Well, I've been to the Pearl River. I know there's some trails out there. There's a National Wildlife Refuge out there. I went to the smaller trail on the east side of the interstate, which is wonderful. But there's the deep trail on the west side. I was kind of scared to go there because it was kind of flooding when I went, and it was a lot of rain, and I was like, I'm not going down that road. But if I might do it. I might go down there and park and go down that trail, but that's intimidating. You know, that trail, that's deep. That is deep in the swamp. I'm scared of that. A Bigfoot was live in the Pearl River area. Yeah, I mean, I could go back in there, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I just that trail's like 9 miles long. I mean, it's scary. It's like Cat Island and close to the Mississippi River, northwest of that. I don't know, man. I really need some rye whiskey coming out for that trail. We went on the east side trail. That was nice, but it wasn't really scary. It was a little scary, but it wasn't too scary. Jean Pierre was scared when we went to that one in Alabama on the Mississippi Alabama state line. He was like saying, "I was scared. I thought some wild animal was going to jump out." Yeah, if you ever come to Louisiana, Mississippi, go to Pearl River, like that National Wildlife Refuge. But but just remember, it is not. You are on your own out there. It's not like. I mean, it's really rugged. The Rougarou, yeah, I heard about it. Uh, Honestly, these are so close. I would not pay an extra penny to get one or the other. So if you in your liquor store and you see the 3 year age, that's probably still on the shelves. Yeah, just buy it. If you see the 4 year age with it says on the bottle 4 years, you could buy that. But I don't see where it makes much of a difference. So I'm gonna say I think I think that's the 4 year. It's the 3 year. See, I rushed myself making excuses. Yeah, I mean it's a draw. I should have said it's a draw. Yeah. I figured it would be a now. Evening, Mr. R. Next question. Am I going to be able to tell this apart from the Jim Beam rye? It'll be tough. It'll really be tough. It'll really be tough. Jack Daniels, I think I could tell that apart. Jack Daniels is really they tell you on the website it's a really low rye, but they did that for their own reason. Oh wait, I'm thinking of something else. Jack Daniels 70% rye, right? Yeah, 70% rye. Oh, never mind. I guess my mind's slipping. Um, hmm. Well, honestly, I think it's gonna be tough all the way around. I just think it's gonna be tough. You think it's easy? Go ahead. Do your blind taste test. I'll watch. I'm not seeing that happening. The whiskey scout. Hey, Robert. The The Whiskey Scout says they are close in profile. Oh, yeah, extremely close. Now, I was able to tell the 80 proof apart. Now, the 80 proof versus 86 proof, that did make a difference. I thought it wouldn't, but it did. Okay, so I could clearly see, all right, that makes a difference. So I have to concede that point, and I was wrong on that because my prediction in my mind privately, I didn't do that publicly, was that it wouldn't make a difference, but it did. Sazerac Rye versus Old Overhold. Oh yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. I have that ready. I'm going to do the Sazerac ones. I'm going to do the Canadian Hunter Rye. It's from Sazerac, Canada. And I'm going to do the Sazerac Rye. Yeah. I'm not too confident. I'm not too confident, but I'm going to try it. I think the Northern Harvest Rye from Crown Royal will be noticeable because that one was distinct. That was 95. It's funny how they picked that number, right? The Northern Harvest Rye is 95% rye. Now, I don't know what the other 5% grain is. Maybe malt, probably malt, considering it's Crown Royal. Could be corn, though. But it's 95% rye, no age statement. Try finding that. Try finding that one. I found a liter bottle, which was incredible on its own. That's another story. But and then the price was like beyond belief. The price, I couldn't believe I got it so cheap. But hey, well, but I think that one will stand out. George Dickel Rye will stand out because it tastes like Flintstone vitamins. Woodford Reserve Rye will stand out because it's like better quality, than all these other things I'm doing. I say that, but I don't know, but I believe it. But Winchester, yeah, I mean Winchester's like really low. It's budget friendly, let's call it. I really don't know. We'll just see. Let's see over the next week and a half, week. If I'm going slow, a week and a half. If I'm really on the ball, it'll be a week. But yeah, let's see. Yeah. So, oh, Bolete Rye. I've never had that one. I've had Bolete. Oh, what am I saying? I do have Bolete Rye. That's why I didn't have to bring in another rye whiskey. Oh yeah, Bolete Rye. Yeah, I got to bring that in. Okay, yeah. Haha. Too many ryes, not enough time. Yeah. It is solid. It is solid. Yeah. Okay, maybe it'll be 2 weeks, not a week and a half, 2 weeks. But then I will go to straight bourbon. I have an incredible straight bourbon, and Whiskey Scout knows about this one because he did a duo examination with John Anile, Georgia Beer Reviews. Mm. Well, let's look at it like this. They're wonderful. These are great. They're so good. Like you would say, old Overholt. That's some old grandpa's product. Nobody who's cool drinks that. Okay, well, I guess I'm not cool because I think Old Overholt is great. It tastes wonderful. It has savoriness. It has a good body. Has a good finish. I love that. 80 proof, 3-year age. The 86 proof, 3-year age, non-chill filtered, and the current 86 proof, 4-year age, non-chill filtered. I think they're all wonderful. Well, of course, they get better now. Are they getting ready to come out with a 90 proof 6-year age? We don't know. We don't know, but we're going to find out. So yeah, I think the Rye Whiskey Challenge series is going to be a fabulous series. So here we are, 30 minutes. Sazerac, right? Yeah, well, I had that coming. Uh, you got a steal for that bullet rye. I remember you got it for $10. Yes. It sounds like a lie, but it's not a lie. I was at Walmart. This is a crazy story. I was at Walmart buying like grits and laundry detergent. So I'm at Walmart and I'm over there. I said, well, I'm going to pass by the liquor section because I always do that. And I was over there and I said, they had Bolete rye for $10. I said, well, I never had it, but I'm going to have it now for $10. Full size bottle, 750. So I said, oh yeah, I'm buying this. Could pass it up. So I think those days are over. I don't think that we're really going to see those days anymore. But for the 2 or 3 years that it went on, yeah, I took advantage of it. Obviously, you get a steal for that. You should pour me a glass. I'd like a taste. Well, if I could pour it over the internet, I'd let you try it. Mr. R, but I can't do that. But anyway, oh, I'm sleepy. I got up at 1:55. This is not a lie. 1:55 a.m. I was up. I had to watch the NFL highlights. All right. In Philadelphia, I would be worried if I were you. All right. So next time we come around, tomorrow or the next day, may not be tomorrow, we'll do the Jim Beam rye. And I think I don't know this, but I think Jim Beam rye, yeah, that's right. Jim Beam rye is a low rye percentage. It's only like 51%. But I think Jim Beam rye might be 53%. But yeah, I think Jim Beam rye is going to beat old Overholt because I think they want to, put their flagship a little bit better quality. But I don't know that, but we'll see. All right. Thanks, everybody. Let's see. Last comments. A Corona Extra after this. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing a Corona Extra after this. Maybe go and watch the NFL. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and y'all take care. And there's no winner here, but they're so close. All right. Bye bye.